Hello, my name is Madison Consuegra, and I will be presenting my research paper topic on veganism and the meat and dairy industry and how veganism and vegetarianism can benefit animals, humans, and the earth. Let's get started. So what is veganism? A vegan lifestyle is one that exempts all meat, fish, and animal byproducts such as milk, eggs, cheese, honey, leather, silk, wool, and anything that is produced using animal products. Now, most people get vegans, vegetarians, and pescatarians confused. I already explained veganism, so let me explain vegetarianism. A vegetarian is one that exempts all meat and fish from their diet, but they still can eat animal byproducts and wear animal byproducts. A pescatarian is one that only exempts meat, but can eat fish, animal byproducts, and wear animal byproducts. Now that the difference is cleared up, let's move on to veganism. So the goal of veganism is to benefit the animals and save the animals and make the world a more compassionate and healthier one. So veganism not only has a positive influence on the one who chooses the lifestyle, but it creates a domino effect and a positive influence is spread to animals in the environment as well. And this will be explained. Now, the meat and dairy industry. It all starts with supply and demand. And to the right, there is a graph showing supply and demand theory. Supply and demand is more complicated than how I'm about to explain it, but to keep it short and sweet and focus on the topic, here's the real simple version. As a product is in higher demand, the supplier will produce more of the demanded product and sell it at a higher price. So the higher the demand for meat and animal products, the more the meat and dairy industry will produce and raise animals to be slaughtered. So if people purchase less animal products and meat, then the demand will lower and less animals will be raised only to be killed. Now, one vegan and vegetarian can make a difference, and it is estimated that one saves 371 to 582 animals' lives each year. Regardless of being a vegan or vegetarian, each lifestyle saves at least one animal's life for every day of 1 year, and that is something to be proud of. In the left, there is a picture, and it says, an acre of land can produce 40,000 pounds of potatoes, 50,000 pounds of tomatoes, but only 250 pounds of beef. Now, producing and raising livestock is costly, and it requires precious resources such as water, land, and food. For a single hamburger, it takes about 200 gallons of water to produce, but for a single orange, it takes 3 gallons. It seems plant foods are the more reasonable product to be producing and less costly than real live animals and livestock. Now, the meat industry and human health. Red processed meat has been proven earlier this year to be carcinogenic to humans, which means it is cancer causing or causes cancer by the World Health Organization. Red processed meat has been categorized as a Group 1 carcinogen, while red unprocessed meat has been categorized as a Group 2A carcinogen. The difference between a Group 1 carcinogen and Group 2A is that evidence that supports Group 1 is substantial and has been proven. Group 2A carcinogen only has a limited but general enough evidence to support that red meat does have a link and risk of causing cancer. Red meat is also known to raise the risk of type 2 diabetes, and it contains a high density of lipoproteins, or lipoprotein cholesterol level, and cholesterol is a factor contributing to type 2 diabetes. Lipoproteins are molecules made up of proteins and fat, and they carry cholesterol through the blood. And lipoprotein can be used by blood tests to assess an individual's risk factor for heart disease. Red meat is also associated with weight gain, and there are certain human genes that can be associated with obesity. So overall, red meat causes cancer, a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, and is correlated with weight gain. The meat industry and the environment. So as mentioned, to raise livestock, it takes many valuable resources, and these valuable resources can be used for humanity. There are starving and dying people in this world, and if these animals were not overproduced, then the food and water used to feed and raise these animals could go to saving hungry people in this world. So one of my favorite quotes by David Pimentel is if all of the grain currently fed to livestock in the United States were consumed directly by people, the number of people who could be fed would be nearly 80 million. Now, just cut out the middleman or the livestock that are used to feed people, and instead we could use the grain used to feed the livestock to feed people. That just makes more sense. 1 pound of meat equals 6 months of showers. So again, 200 gallons for that one hamburger. The picture in the corner right there. Benefits and ailments of a vegan lifestyle. So the benefits of a vegan lifestyle. Vegans have a significantly lower BMI, lower risk of type 2 diabetes, and lower risk of cancer, chronic disease, and lower mortality rate from cardiovascular disease. Now, vegans most often experience an increase in energy, clear skin, healthier looking hair, nails, alleviation of allergies, reduction in migraines, reduces bad breath and body odor, and the best benefit of all, a longer life. On average, vegans live 6 years longer than non-vegans and vegetarians. So the most important reason to go vegan is to reduce and maybe one day eliminate the animal cruelty. There are heaps of health benefits as well that can reduce the amount of human deaths and improve one's quality of life, on average 6 years. And there are certain health ailments that can come with being a vegan. Most commonly, vegans experience certain vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and vegans may not acquire enough of the most common deficiencies, B12, iron, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids. Personally, as a vegan, my iron levels have dropped, and I am slightly anemic. Besides the small price I have to pay, I have experienced most of the health benefits listed, and I feel so much better and healthier. Now here's the vegan food pyramid, and it is much different from the food pyramid that the government, our FDA, has given us. Fruits and vegetables are at the bottom and staple foods in the diet, while whole grains are next, and then the fake or substitute dairy products, and then beans and seeds, and fats, sweets, and sugars are at the top. Now, my success after going vegan and common questions I receive from others.